Hi there, this is class number 5 in the Parent Chat Co-Parenting course. The topic in this class is distinguishing between healthy and unhealthy anger. Okay, so recognizing how anger affects the entire process, right? And understanding the importance of taking responsibility. That's a little bit of what I mentioned earlier in another class, and learning healthy solutions to dealing with anger. Okay, now this class is really about you and really understanding where the level of your anger is and how to deal with it, and understanding, what is considered to be unhealthy anger and what is considered to be healthy anger, right? There are two different types of being angry. It is not, unrealistic to feel anger, but how you react to the anger is what, a lot of times people have issues with, right? So two people can have the same level of anger inside of them, but disperse it very differently and, have different outcomes with it. So the first thing I want to teach you in this class is to understand your anger level. Okay, so what I want you to do is get a piece of paper and draw out a body, like just an outline of a body. Okay, and then with a red pen, I want you to put a line right across whatever part of your body is that you feel that's the level of your anger. So if it's halfway, then you'd put it like, right across your stomach, If it's up to your neck, then you put the line right here, okay? And then what I want you to do is color it all in with red, okay? And then recognize that that's how angry you are. That is your anger level, okay? So that's the first step. The second step is to learn how to reduce your anger levels so that you can communicate effectively on a healthy angry level. Okay, so how do you reduce your anger? Well, I have 3 different ways that you can reduce your anger, and I actually teach this to teenagers. The one is establish an exercise regimen. Now you must be thinking, what are you talking about? This is a co-parenting class and now you're telling me to go and exercise? I'm suggesting that you could exercise as a way to reduce your anger level so that when you have to communicate and effectively express your anger, you can do it in a more healthy manner because your level is going to be lower. Okay? So that would be one way that you can do it. So maybe you go to the gym 2 or 3 times a week, or take a walk, or take a run, or go swim, whatever it is. What happens when you start to exercise is you release negative energy. And when you release negative energy and anger that's inside of you, it reduces your overall anger level. Okay, so that's one way that you can reduce your anger level. The second way that you can reduce your anger level is journal. Okay, and not just just write everything. No, specifically write why you're angry. Okay, I'm not talking about writing a journal every day like what you did and this is a one, I had this experience. No, this is an anger journal. Okay, you are angry. Why are you angry? Express your feelings and your anger on paper. Write it all out. I'm angry because the dissolution of my marriage was not by my choice. I can't believe this person did this to me. Okay, if that was your experience. Okay, if it wasn't, that's fine. I'm just giving you an examples. But put down in writing why you are so angry. Take it out of your mind and put it on paper. Because when you do that process right there, taking it out of your mind and putting it on paper, you give up some memory bank space in your mind, and you would decrease naturally your anger level, because you're getting all those thoughts and why you're angry and everything that's going around, all the tapes that's replaying over and over in your mind, why you're so angry at this person or the situation. You're taking that information and you are shifting it and taking it out and writing it on a journal. Okay, and just write it all out. Okay, that's one. That's it. That's the second suggestion that I would have for you. The third suggestion would be to speak to somebody about why you're so angry. Okay, so this part is tricky. It does not have to be a counselor or psychologist or psychiatrist or a family, family therapist or a marriage counselor. It doesn't have to be someone at that level of education level, or set of degrees, or have the word doctor in front of their name, or those two letters, right? DR. It doesn't have to be that to be effective, but there are certain guidelines that you need to take, okay, if you want to speak to somebody and really get this anger out. What you need to do is find someone that you really trust with your most intimate personal thoughts and feelings. Okay, you need to know the character of this person. Okay, so if it's a really good friend or a brother or a sister or a parent, one of your parents, but you have to understand that their character comes into play into how effective it's going to be for you to experience the reduction in your anger level. I'm going to explain that. Of course, I'm going to explain it. What I mean is, if you are choosing your person that you know that their character traits are to tell other people secrets, or are to belittle people or put people down, or if they are people who don't have healthy relationships within their own personal lives, then those types of people would not be an effective choice for your outcome. Okay, what you really want is people who are not just good people. Oh, sorry, there's people walking by, and I don't edit my videos. I just keep speaking because I can never, repeat content. Okay, so what you really want to try to connect with is a person who has good morals and good values and shows really good character. The reason for this is you want to feel as safe as possible when sharing your most intimate thoughts, feelings, and anger with this person. Okay, so and then as you are venting with this person and you feel safe now, so you trust this person, you know that they're not going to go back and tell other people, you know that they're not going to judge you, that they're not going to interrupt you when you are expressing yourself. That's another important part too. You want to be able to just speak your anger. You're so angry at the situation and you want to get it all out there, right? And the most disturbing thing through that process is if you are creating all those sentences and all those words in your mind, and you're picturing what you want to converse out, right? And you're doing this with this person and they interrupt you and then it changes everything what you wanted to say next. So, and establishing this with this person, you may want to ask them, please do not interrupt me while I am expressing myself to you, because there is a process here and I am really trying to just tell you how I think and feel openly, honestly, and in a safe environment. Okay, so and you do that, and then the anger and everything comes up. Okay, and you may do this, or you may punch your hand or something. You just want to get the anger out of you. Okay, sometimes people grab a pillow and they punch a pillow, just to get that negative energy out of you. Okay, and when you establish that, and when you are able to do that, then your anger levels will be reduced naturally. Okay, because you're getting all the negative anger and all of that, stuff that's going on in your head. You'll get it out. This is not all these 3 tips that I just gave you to reduce your anger levels. I really want you to understand that it's not a quick fix. It's a process, okay? But the one thing about a process, the only way a process can work is if you begin. So if you start at one or more of these different suggestions that I just provided for you, then you're already stepped into the process of reducing your anger levels. Now, sometimes people just use one, or they use more than one. It's up to you, or they try them, all the different choices, and then they find which one that works best for them. Okay, so once you understand your level, and then you are putting some type of plan of action, into some type of routine, and you're actively trying to reduce your anger levels, then what happens is your perspective on the situation is going to change a little bit. But more importantly, your reactions to the situation, and having to relearn how to communicate with this person that is no longer your spouse, right, or your committed partner. That's a learning process, right? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes on involved in that. And so when you reduce your anger levels, then you can also start to evaluate what is healthy and what is unhealthy, right? Because you're no longer in that level of anger where you're so angry that you're just reacting and just negatively, and probably using hurtful words and being angry and maybe threatening or name calling, or probably using some type of profanity in your communication. All of that would be reduced, and then you can start communicating your anger in a healthy manner. So now, what does that mean? How to communicate healthy with your ex-spouse or soon-to-be ex is basically being honest. Just absolutely telling them how you feel. Just say, listen, I'm done with the games and the anger and being mean and everything, and I apologize if I said anything that hurt your feelings or made you feel bad. I shouldn't have. I didn't understand how angry I was and how my anger affects the whole family as a unit. But I just want to tell you that I'm still very angry and learn how to deal with it. And I'm going to learn how to communicate with you a little differently. And I'm still going to be angry, but I'm going to choose to communicate with you in a more healthy manner, because I think it's very important. So it's something to that effect, okay? That way the other person, first of all, if you were to say what I just said in some kind of, however you want to word it, in your own dialogue, first of all, the first thing that's going to happen to the other person that was receiving all this anger and hostility is that they're going to feel relieved, okay? Because when a person is angry and they're communicating that anger and toward you, right, or toward the other person, then it's very uneasy. You get very uneasy. You're nervous. It makes you anxious. It can make you anxious, and make you feel angry too. But most of the time, it's very hurtful, and fear comes in, because if a person is showing you that much anger and that much violence towards you, right? It kind of makes you want to think, well, what else are they capable of, right? Of course, the next step to that level of anger and rage is rage. And usually what comes in rage is some type of physical abuse, right? So we don't want any of that, right? We don't want that in your co-parenting relationship. We definitely don't want that in front of your kids, right? We don't want to teach them that that is the way to deal with conflict. We don't want that. You want to teach them how to understand how angry they are and how to reduce their levels and how to communicate their feelings effectively, in a safe environment. Okay? So that is class number 5, distinguishing between healthy and unhealthy anger. Okay, the last point I want to make here is it is very important, if you really want to effectively communicate with your co-parenting partner, it's very important to learn how to take responsibility for your own actions, okay, and your own reactions, okay. So in doing so, you set a different level of communication, first of all, and then also you are creating a different boundary level, right? Because you're saying, okay, listen, I crossed the line before, and I apologize. I didn't understand. I didn't know how to deal with my anger, or whatever your situation is and whatever your experience has been thus far. But now, hopefully, you've learned some tools that will help you through the anger process and be better equipped to deal with communicating and dispersing your anger in a healthy manner when dealing with your co-parenting partner. So that is class number 5 here at in the Parent Chat co-parenting course. If you printed out the PDF for the workbook, then please go ahead and fill out the questions there. And also don't forget on the bottom, there's a little mini quiz so that it helps, reiterate the different things that I taught you here. And hopefully you can establish, effective listening through that process and really get the best out of this course. Okay? Thank you so much. And I really hope I see you in class number 6. That's next. Bye-bye.